Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about taking the help we need. Traveling across the globe, I see homelessness. It doesn't matter if it's in India, Germany, Mexico, or even here in the U.S. I see a lot of homeless people. But sometimes I wonder, how many of these people want to stay homeless, and how many of them want a way out? I would guess there are many homeless people who don't want a way out. In fact, when interviewed, many say that very thing. But we're really no different at all. We all have problems and we all have issues. But many times, we just simply don't want a solution. If you know what I'm talking about, listen to this story from John chapter 5. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there in Jerusalem, by the sheep gate, a pool in Aramaic called Bethesda, which has 5 roof colonnades. In these lay a multitude of invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him laying there and knew that he had already been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be healed?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. And while I am going, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Get up, take up your bed and walk." And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed and walked. Jesus begins by saying after this, well, what is he talking about? Well, we don't know how long it's been, but John's words indicate a longer period of time. It's after this event, but also after Jesus' Galilean ministry. We also don't know exactly what feast John is referring to. He refers to the feast of the Jews 6 times in his gospel, but this is the only time he doesn't tell us which one. Well, here Jesus is in Jerusalem and is at the pool of Bethesda. This is a massive pool. It's not like your backyard pool most of us think about. It's actually the size of a football field. You see, that explains the multitude of people. It is a very big pool. There are many sick and disabled people there. Now, if you were following with us, you may have noticed that verse 4 was not read. That's because the earliest manuscripts leave it out. It does, however, provide good historical context, which we will see in verse 7. Jesus sees this one man and knows his story. We have to remember that Jesus is God. Jesus asks him what seems to be a ridiculous question. He says, "Do you want to be healed?" Well, of course he did, Jesus. Why else would he be waiting at this pool year after year after year? But Jesus is really asking, do you want real healing? If so, it's not in that pool. That pool is pure superstition. That is not the solution. I am the solution. But the man, he misses it. He says, "Look, man, I've been stuck here forever. I'm crippled, I'm sick, and I've been here for 38 years, waiting in this sickness. I'm here for the pool, but no one will help me." This man doesn't know who he's talking to. He doesn't know Jesus. He doesn't believe in Jesus. He had no faith. But what does Jesus say to him? Get up, take up your bed, and walk. It's amazing. It's just like when God spoke the universe into existence. Immediately the man got up, grabbed his stuff, and walked. This is quite the story of Jesus' grace and power. So, because of this story, I have a challenge for you today. I want you to answer this question. Do you want to be healed? Now, I'm not talking physically healed. The reality is, we all have areas of struggle. We battle sin. We struggle with faith. But Jesus is still in the business of healing. He can help you overcome your battles and live free from them if you want His help. Today, Jesus knows your issues, so ask Him for help. When we ask Jesus for help, He will help us, and when that happens, we will win the day.